Merchant of Venice, Act 3, Scene 2, continued. Bassanio chose the right casket. वो कैस्केट ओपन करता है, अंदर में उसको पोर्शिया का पोर्ट्रेट मिलता है और एक नोट मिलता है. पोर्ट्रेट का वो अप्रिसिएशन कर दिया है. नाउ टुडेज लेसन, अब वो नोट को पढ़ रहा है. You that choose not by view. So you, suitor, who has chosen the lead casket. You have not chosen by outward show. Your choice was not influenced by outward show. Therefore, you have a fair chance of choosing true, of choosing right. So why did you have a fair chance of choosing right? Because your choice was not dependent on outward show, or not influenced by outward show. Now, since this fortune falls to you, since you are the possessor of this fortune, since you have acquired this fortune, be content, be satisfied, and seek no new, and do not intend to be greedy, do not have any more desire. So try to restrain your desire so that you can cherish this joy. If you be well pleased with this, if you are pleased with this outcome, so if you be well pleased with this outcome, and hold your fortune for your bliss. So if you consider this fortune as your happiness, turn you where your lady is, then turn to your lady, and then turn to your lady Portia and claim her with a loving kiss, and kiss her and claim her as your wife. A gentle scrawl, fair lady, by your leave, so please allow me permission to kiss you. So Bassanio read the note. I come by note, that is, this note suggests to give and to receive. So this note suggests to give and to receive what? Kiss, faith, love. He feels like one of the competitors in a contest for a prize. Either of the competitors cannot accept the appreciations from the audience until the result is declared. So Bassanio is in such a doubtful state. Though the competitor hears people praising, the competitor cannot accept the praises to be his till the result is declared. Similarly, despite the note stating that he has won the competition, he cannot accept it until Portia assures it, until Portia approves it. So he says that, dear Portia, I am as in a doubtful state like one of the two competitors in a competition. Each one thinks that he has done well in people's estimation of the audience to be the winner. They hear the applauses, the claps and praises, and universal shout, people cheering aloud, but he is giddy in spirit, that is, unsteady hopes, still doubtful, still gazing in a doubt, always looking at the audience doubtfully, whether these peals of praise, peals, that is sound of praise, claps, be his or no, it is for him or for his rival, whether he is being appreciated or whether his rival is being appreciated. So I am in such a doubtful state that despite the note stating that I have won the fortune, I cannot accept it until you ratify it, until, dear Portia, you approve it. So, that is, in a similar state, thrice fair lady, he compares Portia to goddess Diana. The goddess Diana was proclaimed in all the three worlds, heaven, earth, and underworld. So she was proclaimed as a goddess in all the three worlds. So, O thrice fair lady, O beautiful lady, stand I even so in such a state, just like one of the two competitors for a prize, as doubtful whether what I see be true. So though the note states that I have won the fortune, I am doubtful until you confirm it, until you approve it, until you ratify it. Now Portia states that You see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand. Now, this is Portia's modest speech. She says that I am nothing more than a humble lady, a simple maiden, but the suitors coming from all over the world, I have been overestimated. So here she tells Bassanio that, dear Bassanio, Lord Bassanio, you see how I stand, where I stand. That is, she wants to say, this is how I am in reality. This is my true self, such as I am. So I am what you are seeing me. That is, I am just a humble maiden. I am just an ordinary girl. Though for myself alone, as far as my own ambitions are concerned, I would not be ambitious. So as far as myself is concerned, I do not bear any ambition to be more beautiful, to be more prosperous, to be more intellectual. Everybody bears ambition to be enhanced in life. But she says that I have never had any ambition to be more virtuous, to be more beautiful, to be more intellectual. So I have not borne any ambition in my wish. So I have never wished prosperity. I have never wished to be more. I have never been more ambitious. To wish myself much better. So I have never desired myself to be better. I have never desired any ambition. I have never borne any ambition for my betterment, to become better in wealth, beauty, intellect. Yet for you, but now for you, that is to stand true in your estimation, I wish to be trebled 20 times. Treble 3, 20, 60. 3 into 20, 60. But trebled here means enhance manifold times. Enhance manifold times. But to stand true in your estimation, I wish to enhance my virtues manifold, so that I can stand true in your estimation now that I am your wife, so that you can consider me to be worthy of your wife. 1,000 times more fair, I wish to be fairer, more beautiful. 10,000 times more rich, so that I can stand high, worthy in your account, in your estimation, to be worthy of being your wife. I might in virtue, beauties, livings, friends exceed account. Exceed account, that is, the world has overestimated my worth in virtue, my worth in beauty, my worth in livings, my standard of living, my status, and my friends. So the world has overestimated me. And again, a reference to the suitors coming from all over the world to woo her. So she says that I have been overestimated by the world, but the full sum of me, that is to conclude, to summarize myself, that is what I am truly, what I am in reality, is sum of something. Sum of something matlab, I am just a humble maiden. I am just a humble maiden, which to term in gross again means the same thing. That is to estimate myself honestly, to conclude myself honestly. I am just an unlessoned girl, unschooled, unpracticed. So she says that, what am I? I am an inexperienced girl. I do not have any experience of the world. I am not so well educated to stand worthy in your estimation. I am unpracticed. I am inexperienced. Yet I am happy. So we see that this is just a humble submission. Okay, she states that I am just an ordinary girl, and do not consider me according to how the world estimates me. Though the world estimates me as a very worthy maiden, I am just a humble girl. Okay, she says that I am happy in this, that she is yet not old enough. So now she says that I am happy, I am happier, and I am happiest. So why does she say so? She says I am happy. Number one, I am fortunate. Why? Because I am not yet so old. But देखो not and but कट जाता है. So she says that not or but मतलब young. So that yet I am young enough to learn. So why is she happy? I am young enough to learn. Happier. Why is she happier? Because I am not bred so dull, but मतलब क्या? I have been brought up not in a dull way. मतलब I have been brought up in a proper way, in a good way. So I have been brought up in such a way that I can learn. So I have been nurtured so well that I can easily adapt to learning. So I am happier. But I am happiest of all because I have submitted my gentle spirit. I have submitted myself. I have committed myself to you to be directed. So why am I happiest? Because I have dedicated myself to you. So now you are my lord, you are my governor, you are my king. So why is she happy? Because she is young enough to learn. Why is she happier? Because she has been brought up in such a way that she can easily adapt to learning. And why is she happiest? Because she had submitted herself to be directed by Bassanio. So she's happy that Bassanio is there to direct her. And then she says that whatever I possess now belongs to you. So myself and what is mine to you and to yours is now converted. So whatever belongs to me now belongs to you. So she dedicates her entire self and her entire possession to Bassanio. Is now converted. And then she says, but now I was the Lord. But now, just a while ago, I was the Lord of this fair mansion, of my beautiful house. I was the master of my servants. Just a while ago, I was queen over myself. And even now, but now, that is just in a moment, in a while, this house, these servants, and this same myself are yours, my Lord. And I give them with this ring, along with this ring. And what does Portia ask of Bassanio here? An ICC question. Which when you part from, so if you part this ring, if you lose this ring, or if you give away this ring to someone, then let it indicate, let it presage, let it indicate the ruin of your love. That is, it will indicate that your love for me has ended. And that will be my opportunity to exclaim on you, to accuse you, to rebuke you. So what does Portia do? Portia gives a ring and asks a promise that he should retain with him throughout his life. And if he loses it, that would indicate the end of his love. So Portia gave a beautiful narration, and Bassanio now praises Portia's oration, skill of oratory, and he says that, Madam, you have spoken so well that I have no words to express. Madam, you have bereft me of all words. You have taken away all words from me. That means I am speechless. So hearing your oration, I am speechless. Now he is speechless for two things. Number one, why? Because Portia has given such a wonderful oration. And number two, he is overcome with emotions. He is so full of joy. He is so overwhelmed with joy that he cannot express it. He is so overwhelmed with joy that he cannot express it. So he says that, Madam, you have bereft me of all words. I cannot speak. Only my blood speaks to you in my veins. My blood is speaking. That means rush of blood. Blood is speaking in the veins, rush of blood. What happens when you have rush of blood? A person blushes. So he says he was blushing with joy. He was blushing with joy. So only my blood speaks to you in my veins. That means he was blushing with joy. And there is such confusion in my powers. It means the same thing. He says that my senses are all confused. My senses have been overpowered. My powers, my senses, confusion, they have been overpowered. Why? It means that he was overwhelmed with joy. As after some orations fairly spoken, oration is an eloquent speech, fairly spoken, very eloquently, very wonderfully spoken by a beloved prince, by a popular prince, there does appear among the buzzing multitude. Multitude means crowd, followers, audience. So once a prince gives a wonderful speech, what happens? The crowd, they whisper to each other, praising the oration, praising the prince. But since everyone in the crowd is whispering, that every praise collectively becomes a wild noise, where every praise, when mixed together, turns to a wild of nothing, turns to a wild noise, turns to a wild of nothing, where nothing could be understood except expression of joy. But what could be understood? Expression of joy. So why does he say this? He says that I am overwhelmed with joy and therefore I cannot speak. Expressed yet not expressed. So everyone is expressing joy, everyone is expressing praises, yet it is not expressed. Why? Because mixed together it becomes a wild of nothing. And then he promises that, but when this ring parts from this finger, so when I lose this ring, when this ring parts from my finger, then parts life from me, then life will part from me. So he assures that he will retain the ring till his last breath. Oh, then be bold to claim that Bassanio is dead. You can proudly claim that Bassanio is dead. So Bassanio is overwhelmed with emotions and he cannot speak much. And now he says that he also promises that he would keep the ring throughout his life. Nerissa says, "My lord and my lady, it is now our time." Our, the followers who had stood by watching Bassanio choose, that have stood by. So, all those who have stood by and seen our wishes prosper, everybody wished that Bassanio be successful. But here, our wishes can also be Gratiano and Nerissa's wishes getting fulfilled. Why? Because they had wished that they would marry each other only if Bassanio chooses the right casket, to cry good joy. So now we wish you good joy, my lord and lady. So therefore, our wishes prosper. So Gratiano says, "My lord Bassanio and my gentle lady, I wish you all the joy that you can wish for yourself." Why? Because I am sure, having achieved each other, having acquired your love, you cannot wish for anything from me. So this is humor. He says, "I wish everything for you." Why? Because I know you do not want anything else, having acquired your love. So what else can you wish for now? So I wish everything to you. And when your honors, when you graceful people, when you mean to solemnize, when the holy ritual is performed, holy ritual of your marriage is performed, the bargain of your faith, the exchange of promise of love, I do request you. So marriage is a exchange of promises. So I do beseech you, I do request you that even at that time I may be married too. So I wish that I may be married too. So Bassanio here, now these are ICC questions. They always ask questions from such parts. They avoid complicated parts. Like here we had two parts. One was when Bassanio chooses when Bassanio receives the note, he says that I am as confused as one of the contenders for a prize who hears people praising, but he cannot accept those praises to be his until it is declared that he is the winner. So Portia will declare that he is the winner by kissing him and by approving that she has chosen Bassanio as her husband. And second one is that when Portia gives an eloquent speech, Bassanio says that I am too overwhelmed to speak, and he was overwhelmed with emotions. So these are the only two things to remember here. And then again we have the ring which they exchanged, which Portia gave to Bassanio, and Portia asks Bassanio to retain the ring throughout life. So thank you so much